Hello? You play to win the game.
TalkManRadio Fantasy Football Podcast. Yeah, Herm, you're exactly right. That's why people still play this soundbite every once in a while, because it's stated simply, and he's exactly right. And it's Week 13. Welcome to the TalkManRadio Week 13 pregame. Week 13, end of the fantasy season. Next week, not a lot of us are going to be playing. So, let's do a quick recap. Last week on the Sunday games, we went 8-3, picking the games. Meh. Got some of the fantasy players I was spot on about. Crow got his touchdown. The best bets, let's see. The book picked the Jets plus 5.5. That's a lose. San Fran plus 6.5. That's a lose. Arizona plus 5 is a win. He went 1-2. The old man, he split everything. A win with Buffalo plus 10, a lose with Tampa Bay plus 10, and a push with Tennessee minus 4. And TalkMan gets a win with Atlanta minus 10 going against the old man. That's it. That's the past. Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about this week. Vikings at Falcons. I like Atlanta in this game. I think Ryan's just going to put this team on his back despite the defense on the other side with their corners, with their line. He's going to throw for 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, in my opinion. And I think he wills this team to this victory. Plus, they're at home, so I'm giving it to Atlanta. Lions at Ravens. I like Baltimore in this game. So the defense is playing well. They're letting up 243 yards through the air. I like Collins to get 80 yards and a touchdown. Patriots at Bills. I like New England in this game, of course. I like Brady to get 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, chalk. Yeah, chalk picks. The Buffalo's letting up a lot of yards on the ground, but they use so many running backs over there that it's hard to hone in on one, so we're just going to go with Brady in the chalk. 49ers at the Bears. I like the Bears in this game. They've been close. They're really, they're always like a step behind every game. But I think they get it this game. Bounce back this week for Howard. 6 carries, 7 yards last week. That's terrible. I think he gets 120 and a touchdown this week. He's the bounce back player of the week. Tampa Bay, Green Bay. I like Tampa Bay in this game. I think Mike Evans does come up with a touchdown this week. He had 2 to him in the end zone last week. He just dropped them. I think Green Bay played their asses off last week, and now it's just kind of a letdown this week. They shot their load last week, and now it's going to take a little extra effort to get it back up, if you catch my drift on that. But I like Tampa Bay. Colts at Jags. I like Jacksonville in this game. I think Fournette gets 2 touchdowns, 1 early, 1 late to lock it up. I think if they had a better quarterback, they could take advantage of the 266 yards per game the Colts are letting up through the air, but they don't, so I think they're going to try and run the ball and just wear them out like that. Broncos at Dolphins. I like Denver in this game. I'm probably going to go back over this at the end of the year and say, what the hell is I doing picking Denver all those times? But I like Denver. I think the defense is tailor-made. I think they get a touchdown off Jay Cutler coming home. And I think he's just tailor-made to give this game up to him. Chiefs at Jets. I like the Jets in this game. I'm going to be totally biased and say Kareem Hunt gets 100 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, I know what he's been doing. But the Jets are letting up 120 yards on the ground. I like the Jets in the game because their defense is pretty good and they're at home. So, there you go. Texans at Titans. I like Tennessee in this game. I think Mariota, or is it Mariota? I don't know. Mariota gets 250 total yards, gets out of the pocket a little bit, gets some yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. He's at home, and Houston is getting bad. That quarterback stinks. Browns at Chargers. I'd like the Chargers, of course. This could be a candidate for Ugly Game of the Week because you have a team that sees an opening and they're going for it. And then you got the Browns. The Browns are going to be an Ugly Game of the Week candidate pretty much from here on out, especially when they play teams looking to get in the playoffs. The defense gets a touchdown. I can see a fumble recovery from a sack getting walked into the end zone. And contrary to our last game, this is Super Awesome Game of the Week candidate. Panthers at Saints. I like New Orleans in this game, but I think this is going to be one of those shootout games. Just score. And whoever has the ball last wins. Despite the defense, I think Breeze gets 3 touchdowns. Rams at Cardinals. I like the Cardinals in this game. I think Peterson gets 80 yards and a touchdown. The Rams are letting up 123 yards on the ground. I kind of think the Rams had to win their game last week, kind of the reverse of the Green Bay analogy. They won their game, and now they blew their load, and now they're going to come in and lay an egg. Giants at Raiders. I like the Raiders in this game. Waiver wire alert here. I like Seth Roberts to get a touchdown. I think Carr is going to do well as well. The Giants are letting up 260 yards a game through the air, and they're a mess this week. I have zero confidence in them. Eagles at Seahawks. I like Philly in this game. I like Wentz to get 3 touchdowns. He's on fire, and that secondary is depleted. But the big thing I see here is the defensive line of the Eagles versus the offensive line of the Seahawks. It's just overmatched, and if they keep Russell in the pocket and not let him get out and do crazy stuff, they win going away. Steelers at Bengals on Monday night. I like the Bengals. I think A.J. Green gets 100 yards and a touchdown. It's Monday night. He's a big-time player. They're at home. I think he's going to come out, and Cincinnati doesn't have much to play for. This is the highlight of their season right now, and they're going to go all out, and I think they nip by the Steelers. Here's the team, bench and all. Take a look. Here's the scoreboard as it stands. He had the first guy that went, and he's got the last guy that goes with Roethlisberger. We have everybody going at 1 o'clock. We're sticking with Kareem Hunt. Cooks has been great. We need Diggs to come up bigs. I just came up with that. We're sticking with Paul Richardson. I think they're going to be throwing the ball late if they're down a lot. He's got Roethlisberger, Jamal Williams. I'm a little iffy on that one. Fournette could be a beast. Allen's been big. And the rest. Team number 2, this gets even better. I like Newton. Hopkins, I think he could have a big game. Richardson again. Jordan Howard, I like him this week. Bounce back. Tyler Croft, meh. At least I have a guy from Monday night. But he's got a better guy Monday night. He's got A.J. Green. Marvin Jones Jr. has been coming up big. Johnson, we'll see what happens with him. Deion Lewis, I don't know about those Patriot running backs. But this is a solid team. But we're just looking for the bye this week. It's time for...
Fucking degenerate, you.
The books picks. Okay. We've got Buffalo plus 7.5. That's his best bet of the week. Seattle plus 5 and Arizona plus 7. The old man. Again, they must be hanging out because his best bet of the week is Buffalo plus 7.5. I don't know what they know. But they got something. His second best is Oakland minus 8.5. I kind of like that. I don't trust the Giants this week. That's a total nightmare situation going on over there. All brought on by the coach. I'll get into that later. And Chicago minus 3. And the TalkMan best bet of the week is Baltimore minus 3 at home with an indoor team coming to Baltimore. They're like I said, they're used to the temperature control. There's no temperature control outside. So I like Baltimore to cover that because the defense is coming on. They have 3 shutouts this year. Who does that? So there it is. Best bet of the week for TalkMan is Baltimore minus 3. So I'm going to talk about Eli Manning getting benched. Now, why did this happen? The coach says he wants to evaluate the quarterback position. With 5 games left, we're not worried about winning anymore. He says we're out. So we're gonna evaluate the quarterback position. We have Geno Smith and the rookie Webb, 3rd rounder. Okay, Geno, you've got enough tape on. He's pretty much evaluated. He sucks. Okay, there's the evaluation. And Webb, you want to throw him in there? Really? He gives you a better chance to win? But you have to qualify with now we're evaluating. This guy is a moron, and that's a lie. He wants Eli out. That's all that is. The reporter that asked the question earlier in the year with the timeout early when Eli didn't call it and then they got penalized and moved back, the reporter asked him, why didn't you call a timeout? And he threw Eli under the bus back then, early in the season. This was early in the season. He said that I have a quarterback out there supposed to know this stuff. Idiot. And then the reporter just asked, what about the benching? The coach says he spoke to the GM and the owner, and we're all cool. Everybody's cool. We're all cool with it. And the reporter's like, well, we talked to Mara, and he said, no, he's not totally cool with this. No, we're all cool. Just kept repeating himself like a moron. This man is out of his depth. Period. That's all it really comes down to. Here's what he said earlier in the season.
That's what happened on the delayed game penalty near the end zone.
Sloppy quarterback play. Quarterback and the center need to be on the same page there. We got to get the ball snapped.
Why did you call a timeout?
Because we have a veteran quarterback who's played a lot of football. I expect us to get the ball snapped.
So I couldn't find the second clip that I wanted to show about. He was outside talking to the reporters when they asked him about the Mara thing. It's not everybody's cool. I couldn't find that one, but if anybody else finds it, comment below or add a link to it. So I couldn't find the second clip that I wanted to show about. He was outside talking to the reporters when they asked him about the Mara thing. It's not everybody's cool. I couldn't find that one, but if anybody else finds it, comment below or add a link to it. But in my opinion, number one, when this first happened, Mara should have came downstairs and said, what? Who's benched? But, no, I think you got that backwards, buddy. How about we bench you? He's staying on the field, and we'll evaluate the coach position. It's so bad to show such disrespect for this guy. And all he's been is totally respectful. And even when this happened, he showed how much of a better person and how more attuned he is to what's going on than this Yahoo. The way he acted, just classy. This is the way I'm going to do it. No, it's fine. We'll do it. Come on. Really? You want to bench that guy? Tell this guy to fuck off somewhere? You're going to fuck off somewhere. You got 5 more games, buddy. 5 more games left in New York. Now, this is just an opinion. And this is just what I think. He's one of these guys that thinks that he has an overinflated opinion of himself due to accomplishments of others. He was with Aaron Rodgers for years, and he thinks that he had something to do with how great Aaron Rodgers was. He believes that he was a big force in Aaron. He was great. Aaron Rodgers was great before this Yahoo got there, and he's still great now. This guy had nothing to do with it. And I think that this mustache doofus came here and thought that he had to bring his talents down to deal with Eli Msnning. You idiot. You are blessed to have worked with Aaron Rodgers and Eli Msnning. That's 3 Super Bowl titles between them. But you see, it's that kind of nonsense. And that proves right there. And the fact that he doesn't get the sense that you're in New York and you're doing this to a guy who won 2 Super Bowls, the only thing that stood in the way of Brady twice, get out of here. This guy's a Yahoo. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's what I think of him in a situation. And the owner should have just came down and said, you get the hell out of here. You go fuck off somewhere. Well, that's the show. Thank you for listening. Good luck to everybody who's looking for a playoff berth. And if you don't make it, well, you just weren't good enough. Try again next year. That's it. Have a good weekend, guys. Good luck.
Hey, thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow TalkMan Radio on Facebook and Twitter. And kill that like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, everyone's team sucks but mine.